What is going on, everybody?
Yo, what's up, everybody? You can hear me?
Oh yeah, I can hear you. I just got caught up because I was looking at the Olympics. So, dang, my man, kind of cold. Anyway, y'all, man, look. First of all, we want to start for saying that we always miss y'all. So, and we appreciate y'all, and we still here, still got our content, still doing our thing. Can't wait for the fourth season of Unfiltered. Right now, we just want to keep giving y'all stuff and kind of keep it open for every single body for all different types of things. So it's awesome. And we really true to the point that we are some big time sports fiends in this bad boy.
Yes,
we love sports. So we eventually had to do something for all the sports fans. So that's why we didn't come up with this concept called "What the fuck you talking about?"
What you talking about?
And this gonna be really good, man. We gonna enjoy it. All y'all out there, y'all already know what to do. Share and everything else. Feel free to comment and everything. And we just gonna talk about today, like we was discussing just off the basketball season, clean off of seeing a small market team, and we're gonna get into more and more of that stuff because we plan to bring this to you all the time, just like all the rest of those rinky-dink shows. But
Rinky-dink show.
But real talk, I mean, we were just talking about, before we do anything else, I'm gonna go ahead. You already know the man on the side of me, right?
Yes,
you already know him on the side of me, but I want him to introduce because I know, like I said, with y'all emails and everything, I know y'all missed us, so we missed y'all too. But I cannot not let this man do his introduction. So, cuz, do your thing, man.
This your boy Mac Daddy. 1/4 for that Unfiltered. Please share, like, and subscribe. Miss y'all. I'm glad to be back. I'm glad to be on the microphone. I'm glad to be on the computer, laptop, your phone, whatever we on. Yeah, I just miss y'all, man. Continue to like, share, subscribe. We'll come with a new thing. The merch is still here. We got the merch still coming. I got on the wrong shirt, but I'll make sure I put on the right shirt. We get the merch coming. Randy gonna go ahead and get that post so we can get that out to y'all, man. And we gonna go ahead and get started right after this man to the left of me introduce himself.
Absolutely. So, of course, y'all already know it's the world's nicest asshole. So, what we want to do starting off tonight is just kind of get right into our topic, exactly what we want to talk about. And just in case nobody don't know, this is what we're talking about tonight. So for all of you sports fans, especially basketball fans coming across this way, I love all sports. I'm a sports fan, but of course you got people that just like, look, we just like basketball, and that's all good. So with this being said,
hey, cuz,
yep.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm gonna go ahead and get. Go ahead, continue. I'll let you know.
Okay. So we just the topic we got for the night is what dang, I almost stuttered myself. It is who are for this season, for the 2020-2021 season that's now over, that's in the books. Who were the top 12 most impactful players of this season?
Yo.
Maybe we got to say that one more time because I know people get confused. Who were the top 12 most impactful players of the 2020-2021 NBA season? All right. That means this season. All right. We ain't saying all time. We ain't talking about future. We talking about right now. Who were those top 12 players that when you saw them on the court, they were so impactful that they were important, number one, to their teams, to the players, to the conference, and they just had such an impact that it was just no one else could compare. Now, of course, we're gonna have different lists, but I think a lot of our lists is gonna be a lot of the same players, and a lot of them gonna be a little bit different. And I know me and my cuz had some similarities, and we had some ones that was different. So be sure that you go ahead and put that out. And again, if you're trying to get to Unfiltered, of course, it's amazing.
Hey, put me in. I'm gonna get this one out.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go. So I can use my phone now.
There we go. So, again, everybody they want to know, like I said, go ahead and get it started. And also for all of y'all out there as well.
You kicked me out?
There you go. No, I ain't kick you out because
dang.
You want to know, go and get on. You gotta get on the page.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do so I can share this bad boy.
You gotta get on the page for everybody out there. You gotta get on the page. You gotta become one of our followers and one of our fans and get on this bad boy. All the content, everything that you heard about is on there. So please make sure that you get on this bad boy, share, and we're gonna get this bad boy started. But with all that being said and everything else, we're gonna go ahead and get started with what we came here to do and what we came here to talk about, which is the top 12 most impactful players. So when we say that, because most people are gonna try to figure out what that means, and I know that you are real good at what that is because you're one of the best. Won't you explain to them, for the most part, what we mean by impactful?
Impactful. All right. So look, I want to give me 2 seconds. I want to make sure I share this on my page. NBA players this year. Good. Now that I got that shirt on my page. All right. So look, this is how the show gonna go. We're not talking about the top 12 of all time, not the top 12 best players by stats or whatever. We're going by the top 12 most impactful players in the league this year. So like this season, that's already gone. That's already happened after Giannis won it that season. So what me and Randy decided to do, we grabbed our top 12 players in the league right now,
right,
from the most impactful, right, and we ordered them from 1 to 10, from the most impactful, from 1 to 12. So looking at our list, there's some people that we could argue for. Before you even post it, we have different. Our list is different. We looked at each other's list, so it is different. And you're welcome to even give us your list on the page here. But we had different criteria of why we had people in certain spots on our list. So I'm just excited. I'm just excited for this topic because it's something different. It's something different. Like, we ain't say best. We ain't say, by stats, whatever. This is impactful. So what you see when they're not on the floor and when they're on the floor. And we'll say why we got our orders in as soon as we go ahead and get it started.
All right. So we're gonna go over these lists, man. And I'm gonna tell you what I like. And when we thought about it, that's the first thing I was thinking about. Like, you know what? First of all, we gotta admit one thing, and I know me and you can admit each other on this.
Right.
This season is probably one of the best seasons of basketball that I ever seen. And I'm telling you, I think last year's season was good once they got in the bubble. And I think a lot of people, because they said people got exposed last year because they didn't have the fans there and things of that nature. But this season was real good. Now, I know a lot of people go talk about the injuries because that's always going to be the big one.
Too. Yeah, the injuries, I think, played a big part on, like, why I think it's one of the most competitive seasons. Like, I like that between the Final Four teams, that it wasn't the same old super team that we expect to go ahead and get in the finals or to actually win the finals. That's what I liked about it, for sure.
Now, if you think, and with that being said, when we talk about this, you know what? Let's get right into it. We're going to compare each one of the lists. Like I said, everybody out there, go ahead and share this bad boy. Please feel free to comment because we look for the comment, man.
We do.
Ain't like some people that talk about they don't, they want the smoke. We don't care about no smoke. Let me see here. So we'll start one. I want to show the list. We can start off either one, so it really don't matter.
We can go with can we put them both up there?
Let me see here.
If we can, cool. If not, we'll start with your list. Your list is first.
Okay. Let's go here. We're gonna start with my list. And if y'all can see this bad boy on the screen, this is my list for the top 12 players all time. I'm just putting it up there. It ain't gonna be up there the whole time because I want y'all to see our beautiful faces. But we both got copies of the list. And if you see my list, this is what I got. Let me just go over why I got my 12 on there. I'm just gonna tell you my 12, then we'll go into the argument. Then actually, you know what? We're gonna show both of the lists. So this is my list. My number one, I got LeBron James. Number two, I got the Greek Freak. Number three, I got Chris Paul. Then of course 4 is Embiid. 5, Trey, Ice Trey. 6, the Claw. My man Leonard. Then I got 7. And this is where it got hard for me. It really got hard down in this group. Got Dame Dollar at 7. Got KD at 8, 9. Luka 10. Harden 11. The Joker, the MVP. I got him at 11, and I got a great explanation for that. And then 12, which probably be the biggest surprise on the list, is my boy Jay Morant. Now let's go. I'm gonna pull up Mac list right now, and there you go. You go ahead and explain that better.
All right, yo. So, it hurts my soul, but I love basketball so much. I got when he asks you the question, I gotta be truthful. I gotta have that integrity. So on my list, oh man, I'm looking at this list. I want to cry because LeBron is number one, but I gotta be truthful. All right, so look, for number one, I got the champ for 2021. I got Giannis for number one. Number 2, I got Steph Curry. 3, I got my man Luka. 4, I got the king, NBA, the face of the NBA, LeBron James. I know he's not number 1. I'll tell y'all why. 5, I got Trey. 6, I got Chris Paul, CP3. 7, I got Embiid. 8, I got the Joker. 9, I got my man Dame. 10, I got KD. 11, I got Kawhi. At 12, I got Zion Williamson. Now, looking at our list, we got virtually the same people.
Basically.
But I think we got 1 or 2 people that is not on our list. And we definitely got a couple people in the same spot, but everybody is not in that same order. And so, I mean, like I said, we both love watch basketball. We analyze it, and we'll definitely get into a why. And we talked off the screen. We like each other's opinion, but Randy, why? I love LeBron. You know, LeBron is dear to my heart. Why is he number 1 on the list?
Why LeBron number 1 on the list? And you know what? That's why I say I got more and more respect. I already love you, cuz, but I got more and more respect for you because you could have took the. And we always talking about this. We always talk about this nigga talk about, man, you gonna put LeBron anywhere, but he was real to the point on this one. And now that I got LeBron number 1, we could go back. We could start at number 1 right now. And basically, why I got LeBron number 1, and I was when me and my cousin was talking, and this is why, y'all. Even though LeBron didn't win the championship, and they got put out by Phoenix, there's still not one more polarizing player in the NBA and the face of the league than LeBron James. Say what y'all want to say about LeBron James. He is the face of the NBA. I kind of take it a little bit to offense that people would say that Giannis is the face of the league right now. His team won the championship, yes. But LeBron James is the face of the NBA.
100% right.
or don't like him.
100%
No other
right.
player. Right now, you got people talking about Westbrook, CP3, not to mention Dame Dollar, of people that want to go play with LeBron James. No other player has that effect more than LeBron James. And right now, until LeBron James retired for me, it's like I said, this is a sports fan. Not no, I don't like LeBron or like LeBron, but the fact of the matter is, until he retires, he's like Jordan. He is the face of the league. I'm sorry, he the face of the league. I don't know. I see everybody else. I see, oh yeah, that's another one of our people, Matt. He say, yep, without a doubt he is.
And you know what?
He the face of the league. So
I
I gotta put him number one. That's why I put him number one, because next year, healthy, I'm telling you, watch out for the Lakers and whoever they get. Now, AD, you guys, my cuz, I always talk about him. I've never had good things to say about AD. I say AD stand for always damage. The guy ain't played
but
a solid. He's always hurt. You can't be that big of a man and always being hurt. He's doing something in the offseason. And that's why he ain't even nowhere on my list.
Hey, you know what? AD was going to be my number 12. But we'll go to the honorable mentions and I'll tell you why he's not on there. I like LeBron as your number one, like you said. And the thing is, even if he declines in skill or declines at, like being the best player, top 5, top 10, he is going to be the face of the league until he retires. Even after he retires, he might still be the face of the league. That's the impact that LeBron has in the league.
Now, I know you want to go. You could go with your number one, and then we'll start at 12. We'll work our way up.
Okay.
So let's go with your number one. My cuz
I put Giannis. And the reason I put Giannis is it built up to me. I know we're talking about this year, and I'm going to explain this year, but it built up from the past 2 or 3 years where he won the MVPs, and he may not have been the most skillfulest player in the league, but his impact on his team has won in the championship. And even the last game, we watched the last game.
Yep.
And I still feel like Phoenix is the better team. I feel like the Nets, even with a hurt James Harden and a healthy KD, they're the better team than the Milwaukee Bucks. But I felt like Giannis just impacted the game so much without being skillful. He just proved why he was just why they won. He was the whole reason why they won, honestly. And just from player to player, even if you take out skill, you would still pick Giannis. I feel like out of the 12 players we picked, or 16 if you add them all together, you would, if I had to pick today, right now, to start a franchise next year with somebody, I got to pick Giannis.
Oh, man. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Bravo.
And here's the other thing, and my guys, it's killing me saying it, but if you put certain pieces around Giannis, and it could work. So, for example, with LeBron, you need shooters, or you need like somebody like a solid point guard to go ahead and make sure the ball can be facilitated. With Giannis, I was gonna add this guy at 12, but we added Drew Holiday. You had somebody who just knew how to work the floor and just pass the ball to Giannis when he cut. So that piece right there got him there. Now we could argue that if the Nets were healthy, would they beat him or not? But Giannis just proved that he was next up. Right now, he is the best player in the NBA.
All right. So, shoot, man, that's our number ones. We'll work our way backwards because we just surprised by each one of our number ones. I ain't gonna lie, that's all that was. But we gonna get right to it. So, let's go to 12 right now. So let's start at 12. Now it's interesting that we both got 2-year guys in our 12 spot, and they happen to be 2 guys that came in at the same time. Now,
all right, I'm gonna go first.
You go first with yours, because
all right,
I'm going to Dissect that shit. What the
You'll
fuck
decide
on
dissect it. Okay. My number 12. I like these sound effects. See, I can't wait till we come back and fish. My number 12 I picked was Zion Williamson. Now there were a couple guys I wanted to put 12. Now I wanted to put AD there. I wanted to put what's up, Marcel? I'm glad you can join us. I said Marcel, Martez. My bad, bro. My bad. I was like in the basketball. I'm tripping. Thanks, Martez. Appreciate you, bro. I was gonna put True Holiday or AD. Now True, he was the missing piece, but he wasn't as impactful. So I eliminated him. Now a healthy AD in this season, the Lakers would have won. I feel like if AD was healthy, they would have beat everybody, and they got to the finals and beat the Bucks. But due to injuries, that's why my list is like that. Now on the Zion, why I picked him 12. I think he started the season injured, and they kept the ball in Lonzo Ball's hand and Eric Bledsoe. But you see when Giannis, Lord have mercy, when Zion got in the rotation, how the ball stayed in his hand. And watching the games on how close they were with Zion just having the ball in his hand. And they weren't going to make the playoffs because they were so far behind. But during the end of the season, I saw how good that team could be having a fresh start with Zion, and I saw how good he was. Just like I said, just from impact, I had to put him at 12. Just from impact. If we're saying impact, I had to put him at 12.
Now, of course, I'm about to go ahead and dissect this junk up. Zion.
And I got you too. I got you too.
I think Zion is potentially a great player, man. I think he's going to do some amazing things. And you got to love it. The part that I don't understand is that I can't even put this dude on here because he couldn't get his team to the playoffs. Well, and this is why I say that. When I thought about impactful, I thought about people that got their guys over the hump. Jay Morant, since coming into the NBA, and that's going to be really I'm going to start some arguments with everybody. He's better than Zion, and I'm going to tell people why.
I disagree.
He is better than Zion to me. When you could get your team already around you at this youth age to be saying, look, I'm the leader, and you actually can lead them somewhere, I ain't got nothing but respect for that. Zion is yet to be seen yet. I've seen him do everything that we thought he was going to do. We thought he was going to come in and dunk. We thought he was going to put on this show. Even though they say he's struggling with weight issues, I think that if he lose too much weight, he lose that impactfulness that he come with.
True.
This dude, Jay Morant, I'm telling you. Jay to me is the best
player on this team.
I think. You don't think he's the best on the team?
I think Ja has some up and downs this season. Don't get me wrong, he was solid, but I think Valanciunas was the best player on that team. He got him over the hump. I think with his he averaged double doubles, especially the rebounds. He definitely impacted that floor. I will say that Ja Morant is the best player on that team, but it's arguable.
I understand. I get what you're saying because he got some value around him. I just think that he is undoubtedly the leader on that team. Now, I just think that that's where he at with it. And he is. Hey, man, I'm about to put this up here.
He's nasty. Man, you're right. He is nasty. Don't get me wrong.
Is he? Now, the thing I don't like about him sometimes is that it's his inconsistent play. And what I mean by this inconsistent play is that one time you'll see him doing what he needs to do, driving. Then other times he looked like a deer lost the headlights. He simply made my 12th cut because on how he got to the playoffs. He beat some great teams to get to the playoffs, and he looked good in it. I can't wait to see them next year.
because like I like your 12, like I said, I didn't argue with it. Mine was different. But what I will disagree with you with, and Matt or anybody in the comments, y'all can pick. I think Zion is better than John Morant. So we can argue that. Zion is better. He is the better player. Now on the team, I feel like John Morant had the better team to get him to the playoffs. Now with Zion, they gotta build some. They gotta build some. They need some better players around him. I'm not saying the players around him weren't good, but he's somebody that's in the inside. They got to get Steven Adams either on or off the bench. Like, remember, I was making that bet that Steven Adams get 10 rebounds, but when you got Zion in the hole, he couldn't get the rebounds. He was either scoring or getting the rebounds himself. I just think you need to, if he's going to be your franchise player, you got to build certain players around that man.
Yeah,
but I still think Zion's the better player, but I can't argue with your 12.
I think, like I said, I think the big surprise to anybody that may look at our list is, man, y'all got those two guys at 12. That's some impactful stuff that you got two of the guys that came in NBA the same year. Y'all got them that high. Yeah, because they balling. And what you're going to notice on this list is that these young guys is coming to ball. Mm-hmm. The transition is there. The transition to the new NBA. Because y'all remember when that time frames we thought, oh, Jordan and them getting too old. They about to get ready to go out. What's going to happen? And we had a good transition. Good transition of guys. We on our way to another transition. So that's all good. Let's get to number 11.
All right, before you get to 11, Randy, I named my two. I said John. True Holiday and 80 were my honorable mentions. Who are your honorable mentions?
My honorable mentions. If I really had to put my honorable mentions on there, I'm gonna give. What can I say? I can't believe I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna give PG-13.
I can't argue with that.
I'm gonna give Paul George. I'm gonna give him honorable mention just because of how he played in the playoffs this time around. And man, honorable. Who be my next guy up? Next guy up. And surprisingly, I'm gonna give it to Westbrook. And I'm gonna tell people why I put Westbrook in this conversation. Because he again, they was like, it's over. You know what? Actually, you could put Westbrook or Beal in there. That'll be mine. So it might be 1A, 1-2. Because Washington did surprise people. I didn't think Washington was gonna get to the playoffs. I ain't gonna front nobody out. I thought, this is a bad experiment. And dang. I know everybody Curry.
I want to hear this.
It's hard.
Curry's my number 2.
And the reason why Curry, I think Curry is still good. So it's really hard, man, because I didn't really think, I ain't gonna lie to you, I didn't really think about no honorable mentions because I just wanted to go on my solid 12, but Curry can be in that mix. You can even make this excuse to say Curry should be in the top 12.
I don't think Curry's on your list.
Yeah, I don't have him in my top 12.
Curry's my second.
And and I know we go get up there, but yeah, I would say right there. So if I had to pick two off the bat, I ain't gonna backtrack. PG-13, Westbrook and Beal, just because they got their teams. Keyword to the playoffs.
Got you.
Keyword to the playoffs.
All right, you gotta go to your 11, cuz.
All right, my number 11. I'm just pulling up my list, y'all. I'm sorry, man. Matter of fact, man, forget this, man. This is why I got this right here. My number 11. I do believe it was the Joker.
That's a disrespectful list, dog.
I got the Joker number 11.
That's very disrespectful.
And I'm gonna tell y'all why. The Joker, and everybody know I'm a fan of the Joker. I thought that he was gonna be MVP over Embiid and Chris Paul, even though I think Chris Paul should have been MVP. And the only reason he wasn't MVP is because his numbers weren't good as those two. And that's cool. But the Joker, the reason why I got him right there is because even when he was at his best, he couldn't get one damn game against Phoenix. They couldn't get one damn game against Phoenix. You're the MVP. You can't get swept. I don't care if you are in the playoffs. You're the MVP. And don't get me wrong, he did his thing. And everybody like, well, you can't blame it on the rest of the team. But then that goes to my point. Is he absolutely the most impactful on his team? If he can't get them motivated enough to get that win, I think he's a part of a two-headed monster, and one of those heads was not there.
Catch your question?
Yep, go ahead.
So you got 10 people in front of the Joker.
Yeah, absolutely.
Are you saying the next 10 are better than the Joker?
Not better, not so much better, but definitely more impactful.
All right, so I mean,
bigger
impact.
impact.
I'm not trying to stay away from the topic, but to put the MVP at number 11 as far as impactfulness in front of the 10 that you have, if we were, I'm just trying to see your mindset outside of getting eliminated from the playoffs. And I know they didn't win a game, but to drop him to number 11 behind the guys that are right here is kind of disrespectful.
And this is why I say, and you know, some people could say that, but I think this is almost like the perfect spot for him because now that he got MVP and the numbers he put up for the MVP, I ain't trying to be funny. You know, they ain't Superman, they more Clark Kent.
You know what? I can't disagree, but when you look at the numbers he led the team. Listen, now this is where I'm going to put a hole in your conversation because he led the team in points, rebounds, assists, free throw percentage, free throws, field goal percentages. What else? I want to say he was second in steals and first in blocks. He damn near led in every category, like the whole team. So that's I get he fizzled, Matt, but does one series affect your impact?
Yep. Hey, this is what I'm saying. You know what? And I'll put it like this.
If it does, I stand corrected.
No, but you know what? This is what I say.
Can affect your impact throughout the whole season.
I think
I can stand corrected.
I think the whole season, he had a really good season. He was the most consistent, and he had all the stats that you could have for being on this team. Now, I will ask you this, even in your own words, if you had to start a team, would he be number one?
No.
Nope. That's why I'm saying it's a couple of guys on the list, and once we get through it, you're going to be like, yeah, you're right. Even though I still think he the best. Well, no, let me take that back. He probably the second best big man in the game. And I just think that it's a couple more people that just a little bit more impactful. I just think that he's just happened to be on the team where he gets noticed more because he had to do more.
You had to argue like, we didn't have Murray here, so he still carried the team. Like they were still in the same spot that they were in last year without Murray.
Yeah. So
did they get better? And then Michael Porter Jr. kind of didn't. He was kind of disappointing.
Yeah.
Like he showed sparks and then he didn't. It's like, he showed sparks and then he didn't.
Yeah, so it's like I feel like just that. So it's cool. Now I'm gonna tell you that your number 11 is hella disrespectful.
Man, look. So now getting into it, I put Kawhi number 11.
Ooh, man.
Solely based on injuries. And also solely based on injuries. Now, he is number 11 because like I feel like if he wasn't injured, he would be number 1 if they would have won the chip.
Hey, I was about to say we could go even a step further. If Kawhi before he got injured was the hottest player in the playoffs.
Absolutely.
And they were I got scared. I was like, man, they on their way to the ship.
Yeah, but with the injury, with the injury, I had to put these guys above them. And also, what helped was Paul George actually carrying the team. So you could argue that he had players that actually step up and make the Clippers look good. So injuries, okay. I can go with that. Yeah, it was just solely, man. It was just the injuries, bro. Like,
I can't disagree with you with that at all.
And he could have been a little higher. I just thought the guys that I had more impact in the playoffs, or with their team or franchise during that whole season. So that's why I put Kawhi at 11. Now, he is top 5 talent, and if they would have won a chip, he would have been number 1. But with the injuries, we don't know.
Yeah, and see, we can never argue on this list. We already admitted that injuries, I don't give nobody excuses for injuries because it's supposed to be next man up. So just we'll cut that out. But
and it's just some other reasons, like not even using last year. I'm using last year as a reference to this year, only to help the argument for this year. So last year we know that the Clippers blew a 3-1 lead and was horrible in the fourth quarter playing Denver. Now, granted that Kawhi played great against Dallas this year for them to win it. Now they were down again. What I had expected for him to blow the lead, I'd take that in consideration.
Now, let's get to this 10.
Okay. All right, I'm going my 10 first. People might think it's disrespectful after really looking at it, but I'm good with my 10. My number 10 is Kevin Durant.
Yeah, that cocksucker deserved to be that low.
Dog.
Even the fans agree.
Let me see. Y'all think KD is number 10? Matt, you think he number 10? What's up, Jada? Long time no see.
Of course they agree with that.
Look,
that cocksucker.
Any man that rich that can't get his hair fixed is something wrong.
You stupid, dog. Look, I think KD. What hurts KD is that he joined. Well, James Harden joined him. That's why he's not on my list. James Harden not on my list. But to have the talent around you and you have the opportunity to go ahead and show why, like, listen, I'm the best player in the league. And granted, like, he showed it. I just think this would happen every time if he had to carry a team to the league. He will have great numbers. He will show great effort, but he won't get them over the hump.
Right.
So I got him at 10 for that. I think with the other players I have ahead of him, they carry their teams further with less talent. And just this year, like, he put up numbers, but KD putting up 40 points, 30, 40 points, still wasn't impactful because of the team that he had around him. Now, in the playoffs that he had those 50 points, they were impactful. And like I said, I didn't want this one series to kind of blind my judgment. Like, okay, well, he should be higher. Nah, just looking at the whole season and the playoffs just kind of confirmed to me that, yeah, if he had to take his team to the dance by himself, that's how far he would have gotten, if that far.
Absolutely. I absolutely agree with everything that you just said. I agree with him having that low. I almost regret putting him, and you'll find out where he is on my list. The bottom line with KD, he can't win by himself. He can't carry the team. Let's be honest, okay? KD is a scorer.
Yeah.
He's a straight-up scoring machine. He can shoot from anywhere. He could drive. He could do everything that he want to do except win on his own. So I don't have any respect for him. He tried to do it before. And at that time frame, he had quote unquote a super team, but we can't really say that because that all came with drafting. That's just good drafting. Now, all of a sudden, he
Gun
leaves.
for hire.
You know what I'm saying? He leaves and says, you know what? I want to go ahead and win a championship. He joins Golden State. People tend to forget, hello, they got 2 championships before he got there.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just stop that. Okay. He already had it.
Oh, now they had 1 championship before he got there. And also, well, Randy, before you get to your number, what was it, number 10? KD is not your number 10 pick, so he's higher. I know you're gonna justify it, but we're just gonna put a pin in that till you get to KD.
Yeah, he's just a nappy-headed bastard. And he kind of followed the luck. He kind of followed the luck of the draw. My number 10 is somebody that ain't no better. It was like pick and choose between these 2 cocksuckers. And basically, I got James Harden as my number 10. James Harden is another one. He's ready and willing in the regular season to put on a show. So, I mean, he good to go. But when it comes to the playoffs, he a no-show. You got to find him. I mean, Navy SEALs couldn't find James Harden game in the playoffs. So I don't even, him. The only reason he's on this list is because the fact that he is, in the last couple of years, one of the best players in the NBA.
You got to reference something.
Yep. He's one of the best players in the NBA that don't ever win in the playoffs.
And I think if he was on my list, he'll be lower, but that is a great spot for him. That's the highest I would put him. And I think you give him James Harden some respect. I think you give him some respect because honestly, like if he was with the Rockets right now, he would be higher on my he's not on my list at all. One, due to James Harden, like he said, like he's great in the season, but in the playoffs, he's a no-show. He put up all these good numbers, but he's a no-show during the playoffs. Now he's putting on mediocre numbers. Injury played a part of him even not being on my list. Now, when we need you the most, you can't do anything.
Right.
So he's not on my list, but I will say you gave him some respect, more respect than he honestly needed.
Yep, I'll give him that. And the fact that he wasn't there, it was a big impact too, because it should have been a lot better if he had been in the Nets. We might be talking about the Nets in the championship, unfortunately. I'll give him that much credit. Let's see here. I'll start it off with my number 9. My number 9 to me is on a skill level, skill-wise. I mean,
hella disrespectful, sir. I'm sorry. I need my sound thing.
Okay.
Your number 9 is hella disrespectful, sir.
Oh my goodness.
Hella disrespectful.
Why you think it's so disrespectful?
No, I'm gonna be curious. I'm gonna let you explain why he's number 9.
I'll explain this why number 9. Luka, everybody that know Luka, that's my man. Luka did his thing. Luka's still doing his thing. Luka's still gonna be one of the best players in the NBA. And keep in mind, I know we talk about the list, but the reason why I got Luka right here, and I really feel like I maybe should have traded him. He should probably be 8. He should probably be 8. But I go backtrack. We put it right here.
Yeah.
The reason why Luka right here
respect
is because when they game planned around him, when they finally got a hold of him, I kind of saw the youth come out in him. It let me know that he still got to grow.
Mm-hmm.
You're right. That's the best way I could say that. When they didn't put the pressure on him, and I'm gonna say this right quick. I know we ain't talking about teams, but I want to give the Los Angeles Clippers a major shout out. And the reason why is because they brought out the worst in some players that when they are cool and they ain't got no pressure on them, they good to go. But when they played a little jail ball on them, and I love that kind of defense. Shout out to Pat Bev and even PG-13. I can't front. When they start putting them hardcore defense on, they frustrated them. I ain't gonna say no other names, Devin Booker, but the only reason I got Luka down here is that I just see that he still got a lot more to go, even though his caliber should be top 6. Right now, I think until I can see him do that mature development where he could get himself under control, not to let the refs get in his head. This is where I got him in right here.
And the thing is, bro, I can't even really disagree because Luke, as amazing as Luka still got a lot of holes in his game. And if it wasn't for those holes, he would have been in the next round of playoffs. That I will say. And this is not me I'm not trying to justify where you put him because it's still disrespectful. But I can totally understand why you put him there. I feel like you lose more points when you're there and you drop the ball.
Right.
You had one of the better defensive teams in the West with one of the top five, and another top 10, top 15 player on that team. You beat both of them by yourself. Like, the sky's the limit for you. And don't get me wrong, you score a lot of points, and yeah, your team didn't help contribute, but there were, like you said, there were some youth, there were some mistakes, there were some flaws in your game. Is the reason why the Clippers took advantage. So I can see where you're coming from with that, sir.
There we go. But yeah, like I said, I agree with you saying. Now I'm gonna tell you. See, it's funny now. I see your list,
man.
But I don't know if we really looked at the list.
Man.
I'm not gonna say who next.
Look,
all I gotta say, everybody out there, this motherfucker right here told me after I was like, man, Dame be choking. And I saw how he kept coming along. I'm like, Dame, good. And wow, cuz you gotta explain to me why Dame number 9 on the list.
Look, dog.
Look, bro.
Look,
man, you better duck. You better duck.
Before I tell you why, I'm gonna tell you about this guy right here, right? But look, for years and months, I've been telling him about Dame. He's like, no, Dame a choke artist. Dame ain't that good. And we sat in his house, right? Mm-hmm. We watched the Pelicans versus the Blazers, and the Blazers was down like it was down by like what 15 in the fourth, like 10, 15 in the fourth. And Dame shot them back, and that day he became a fan. He became a believer.
I can't believe I'm gonna go front him out.
So, and I love Dame, but
come on.
The reason he's at number 9 because the other 8 I feel like is more impactful.
Oh,
I look, and this is why, if I'm a lawyer against that, Dame hasn't gotten out the first round. He clearly wasn't better than the Joker. He wasn't better than him. It showed. What else? If I'm gonna if I'm a cheat, he wasn't. They hold my man's. He didn't have any numbers for MVP vote, so I gotta break him down there. And just like, yeah, you can score 50. He can score 50 points and 40 points to impact the game, but when it really matters, when he scores it, they still can lose by a lot. It doesn't mean anything.
So it's kind of like what we both were saying, like I said about the Joker. It's almost like they some great players, but they supporting cast is like, can you? Because can we make this excuse? Now let's say this. Because I can't really say too much. I still think it's hella disrespectful.
It you know, cuz it is. Go ahead. I'll let you finish.
Real talk. What does it say when you're the best player on the team and you can't get the best out of the rest of your players? Can someone really be considered the leader if he can't draw the best out of them? And this go back to my conversation about it's really no argument to who are the top 3 players of all time. Yeah. It's really no argument. There's no argument to that. Jordan, LeBron, Kobe. I ain't going no order. I ain't going no order. But Jordan, LeBron, Kobe, there is no argument that these 3 guys
and you said it like Randy, like you can't say it because the guys that they've done it.
Yep.
Like they've done it. And don't get me wrong, and Dame's a leader. And we talked about it, you don't trade leaders. Dame's a leader. Mm-hmm. I just think that when he depends on his team the most, they fail him. And it does impact on him. But what is he doing to get them better? You know what I mean? But like, and that's if I'm cheating. But the reason I have him number 9 is because, like I said, I feel like the other 8 are just more impactful.
Okay.
So speaking of 8, this is my 8th, and I almost want to say it's kind of disrespectful after saying it, but I'm gonna defend it. I got the Joker at number 8.
I can't even argue with you on that because I don't think the Joker is a top 5, a top 6 this year. And I just think he was the best out of the most consistent.
I think he was the healthiest out of them too.
Yeah, because really, real talk, Embiid healthy is MVP.
Yep.
Embiid healthy is MVP.
Yep. It was Embiid, he got hurt. Then was LeBron, he got hurt. Then I feel like Giannis won it too many times and he's not gonna win anything. Fuck it. We gotta give it to somebody new. We're gonna go ahead and give it to Joe. Even though I felt like Embiid, he was still creeping up, even though he was down. You know?
I'll give you that.
So let's go to your number 8. I'm gonna see if it's disrespectful or not. Your number 8 is KD.
Yeah, this nappy-headed fucker. I should have.
So explain that.
You know what? And you know what? I was honestly saying, because when we was going over a little bit, we was talking out loud about it. I really feel like Luka could have been in front of him, but then I felt like that would have been disrespectful. And this is the only reason why. As much as I talk about this guy, as much as I talk about KD, he's still a top 5 player in the NBA.
Top 3.
And yep, and it could come with that argument. It even could come with the argument that he may be the best in the NBA. My only issue with him is how he does things.
Yeah.
That's my only issue really with KD.
But I mean, even us both in basketball in the NBA alike.
Yep.
KD, Kyrie, James Harden, they're the most skillful players I saw as far as skill.
Matt got it. Matt said, yep, top 2. He said top 2.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. So if the thing is with KD, he feels like just because he won championships and got the finals MVPs that it comes with a certain respect. And yours is kind of hollow to me. Mm-hmm. And don't get me wrong, like some people super teams got it, okay, but like it was how he got it. And and him being in the most, he still feels like, damn, like I got something to prove. But like bro, like,
but it's like prove it. You get what I'm saying? It's like, then prove it then. I would have had more respect for him if he went to his hometown team. If he had went to Washington and said, man, I want to go home and I want to try to win this.
And then the thing that pisses me off about it, he's upset about it. Like, look, if I'm going to the best team in the NBA and I win, all right, I won. But don't feel like it's your team and not Steph's. Don't feel like you're better than LeBron if you doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's all I'm saying. But as far as skill-wise, one-on-one, like, yeah, like if I start a franchise, like I said, right now, you are one of the top 3 players I'm picking. You know? But yeah, KD, yeah, like it just shows KD couldn't bring it there.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. I mean, it's like how best would I describe him? It's almost like Aquaman. Aquaman got superpowers. Aquaman could talk to the fishes. He got super strength and everything else. And he talk a big game, but it's easy to talk a big game when you got Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Cyborg, all in your corner. It's easy to do that when you got that kind of squad with you.
Exactly.
And that's what I don't like about Durant. Durant, to me, always is like, well, I'm about to go over here. I want a ready-made team. I don't want to do no building. And maybe in his opinion, like I tried to do that with Denver. I mean, I'm trying to do that with the Thunder, and it didn't work out. Well, man, you was a part of that too. It wasn't just all Westbrook. You had Harden.
And that's the thing. Say that, like, all right, look, like, okay, this is what I did. I got my chip.
Mm-hmm.
You got a championship, but don't say you're the best, or like don't feel like, you know, people should respect my championship because I got one. Like, no.
Mm-hmm.
No.
KD the kind of person that'll brag about pistol whipping a blind kid.
Mm-hmm.
And that kind of like irritates me because I'm like, man, talk to me when you have to go through, because he talked junk about Giannis.
Mm-hmm.
And Giannis put that ass out.
Yep.
So that's all. I mean, that, you know what I'm saying? We won't get into no more so of that. We'll keep it moving because I know we got to get up there. Now, my number 7, I'll go this time. My number 7, and this is strictly because I saw some things in him that I'm like, man, I want you to grow from this, man. And this guy, undoubtedly, if he could grow from this, we're going to be talking about him being the best player in the NBA for years to come, if he could get it. If he could get it and get everything right around him. And that's number 7. I got Joel Embiid. Embiid is the uncrowned MVP of this season, who absolutely 100 degrees deserve it.
No. That's my number 7. Your number 7 is.
Oh, that's your. Okay, what's my number 7? Oh, done. My bad. My wrong. Because I got Embiid higher. I'm looking at your list.
I should have let you go so you can prove my point.
So I can prove your point.
I should have let you go, but see, I'm an honorable man.
Forgive me, crowd. Forgive me. I know that's my fuck up. But my number 7 is Dame. I don't even have to go too much more into it. I'm not going. I won't front nobody out. Everything Cuz said was true. I was not a fan of Dame. I thought he was a choke artist. I'd have seen this man got game winners against every single team in the NBA. That's rare. When I heard that stat, I was like, wow. He's a gamer. My thing is now, is he tired of being by himself? That's what my next question to be. Reason why I don't got him in the top 6. It's pretty much about the same reason that you said. It's he can't get over the hump. That's the one thing. He can't get over. He had that one season where he beat the Thunder and they got to the next round. But we need to see him go against the upper echelon in the West and beat them. It's just that plain and simple.
Perfectly said.
Yep. He gotta beat those. Yep. He gotta beat them. And until he beat them, he gonna be on the second tier. Now, talent-wise, oh man. I mean, I'm gonna give him that credit. I got him top 5 in the NBA. He barely out of it. But right now, we got to see if he could take these next steps. I just want to see what's going to end up happening with him. And I know I already gave your number 7.
Yeah. But to even talk about your number 7, now with this list, let's not get misconstrued. With this list, all these players are great, but when you get to like the top 6, maybe 5, that's where we don't really have too many holes to put in the game. But with Dame, I don't really have no holes to put in his game. But it's just that, is he going to take that step to lead? But I mean, he'll be, if he wins a championship or even get to the finals with this team, he's going to prove the same thing that Giannis did. Is that, listen,
basically
you can go ahead and get there without having to build a team.
Absolutely.
So, okay, my seventh, which Randy already told you, I got Joel Embiid. Now, here's the thing: health plays a factor in why I have this order. Mm-hmm. Joel Embiid is the most he's the most dominant player in the NBA right now. Even more dominant than Giannis. Even more dominant than Giannis. Because at least with Giannis, we know Giannis can't shoot free throws really good. He doesn't have a jumper. But Embiid has pretty much everything. He can do everything. He can score you inside the basket, outside, away from the basket. He can protect the basket. Like he's a scary man on the floor. But his kryptonite is that he can't stay healthy. And Ben Simmons. But with and don't get me wrong, he has a co-star with him, even though right now we're tearing Ben Simmons apart. But for what he's good for, he did help Embiid with. But as of right now, we see that Ben can't win him a championship. But his health is the reason I got him at number 7. Everything else he could do. It's his health.
Yeah, hey man, I can't even front you on that because health is gonna be big on this list. I mean, in order for you to, at the end of the day, in order for you to really be considered in that upper echelon, you got to stay healthy. I mean, that's just one of the facts. A lot of people don't want to say that, but it is what it is. But we get to the top 6 now.
I'll start with my 6. Y'all, this morning I almost got this song. He was gonna say I'm not his cousin, that he ain't mess with me. I was gonna get kicked off the group chat because now this guy is my top 5 player of all time. Sometimes he dropped number 6, number 7, but right now he's my top 5, and that's Chris Paul. I got him as number 6 as most impactful player. I wish I had sound effects, but I got Chris Paul at number 6, and this is why. Now, granted, I can't argue that every team that Chris Paul has been to, they have been significantly better.
Absolutely, yep.
Like from a non-playoff seed to the finals. Like now we have to look at Chris Paul where if he's on the team, it's a finals or bust. You got to look at that. Now, with that being said, why he is so low on my list, which I would consider low, is that he has 2 players on his team that will be future Hall of Famers. One definitely. Booker will be a Hall of Famer. Mark my words. Aiden with a little bit more development will be maybe top 10, definitely a top 15 player coming up if he develops a little bit more. So it's not like he did it by himself. With the Clippers, he did not do it by himself. He had players to help him, but it shows that okay, they were a nice team, but he still has some components to get them there. So that's why I got him at number 6. Why you disagree?
The only thing I can honestly say I disagree about, because I agree that he should be in the top 6. Maybe a little bit higher because, like I said, we was just going by this year. But I think that's exactly what you was doing. You were going by this year. Mm-hmm. I give you Devin Booker and a lot of people that he was playing with. But it almost go to a Jay-Z line that said, you said you made Hov. All right, then make another Hov. If they were so good before Chris Paul, why this the first time they ever had to kiss the damn playoffs? They didn't get a chance to do that because they was missing a real leader, and I think that's what Chris Paul is. I think even with the Clippers, when it was Lob City, even when it was good in the Hornets, it was because of this guy. Mm-hmm. I can't argue with where you placed him, though. I can't argue with your place because this one is going to be what flavor you like in this top 6. So I can't even argue with your place because I do have to agree with you. I think Devin Booker is going to be, once he can get that inner dog out, which I started to see against the Bucks, but he's going to have to do that against these ghetto teams too. And once he can do that,
ghetto teams,
and you know what I'm talking about. But I agree. I think I can see where this spot is. Just like with my 6.
Let's go to your 6.
I got Kawhi Leonard on this 6.
I can't bash your 6.
Yeah. This 6, and the reason why I got this, and it's kind of like we explained this already. It's because this guy, sometimes Kawhi can rub a fan the wrong way. And the reason why he rubs fans the wrong way is because he's not the typical superstar that's trying to do everything for fan attention. Kawhi is really after his own self, his own well-being. And you know what?
Can't get mad at that.
You know what I'm saying? Do your thing. Like I said, he's scared. He has got to be the most scariest person when he is healthy, and you got to go against this guy. His game is all around. You talk about defense. You talk about offense. He worked harder on the offensive side because he's like, that's where I got to get better at. Coming off San Antonio. And now this man made himself a complete player. Now, the only thing that's going on with him would make you think is, do you be playing sick? And we saw him get injured in his last one. But his constant load management, he's just not a fan favorite. I'm just going to be honest. You know, a lot of fans like, man, I like him, but, you know, I wouldn't break my neck to see him or something like that. But forget all that. We just going by straight up talent. I think that he is still one of the best players in the NBA. I don't think he's going to win anything with the Clippers, not unless they all be completely healthy.
You answered my question. I was going to side note ask you a question. Do you think if Kawhi was healthy, that the Clippers would have won the Western Conference Finals?
Yep, just because
the championship.
Yep, I think they would have, just because the Lakers weren't there. That's the only reason.
Do you think they would have won the championship as well?
Against the teams that was there, yes. I think they would have had a game plan for Giannis. I just think that Giannis, and not take away nothing from him, Giannis just wanted it. Giannis was going to run over people with a freight train to get it where he had to get.
That's the difference, yeah.
Yeah, so that was about it. He looked like awfully LeBron James in that last finals game, right when for the closeout game.
It just didn't make sense. Like, bro, we were sitting there watching. I'm like, he got 50 points?
You're sitting there watching it, and you like, people get mad, like, why can't they stop him? Because he don't want to be stopped. It ain't any other way to play it. I mean, that's how it is. But Kawhi, I think if Kawhi could have did it, I'm not going to lie, I think LA would have taken it. Matt, I agree with you. I just think that the Clippers would have took it. I was scared to death. I'm like, the Clippers about to beat Phoenix, and they about to go and just take it.
Yeah. Now,
they look scary. I mean,
and
Jackson, all of them. Jackson, who was that? All of them except up Jackson. PG-13. Even Beverly was hitting threes. Morris was hitting threes.
And the crazy part was that they looked good without Kawhi. Now, if they would have had Kawhi with that,
nasty.
And then the Suns were like, without Ayton, they played smaller. Well,
it's scary.
It is. Now on to go ahead. I'll go with my number 5. No, go with your number 5.
Oh, you want me to do my number 5? Actually, all right.
No, let me go with my number 5. Our number 5s are the same.
Whoa, we do.
Trae Young. That's why I was doing that. That's why I was doing that. Yeah, but we got the same. So I don't know if people like that or it's not the popular one, but Trae Young is my number 5. Cause why he your number 5?
Oh man, it is. First of all, can we just say one thing? And I know we both agreed on this. That is so funny that our list is the same right there at number 5.
Yep.
And I really do think that's the perfect spot for Trae. When Trae Young plays point guard and he knows that he's not Steph Curry, he is the best point guard in the league. He's the best point guard in the league. It ain't even, it goes without saying. When he plays point guard and not shooting guard, he's the best point guard in the league. You saw it. We were sitting there looking at it. When he can score but distribute the ball more than scoring, it's crazy.
Yep.
Trae, I'm going to make a declaration to everybody out there. Trae Young, even with what's in the East right now, will win MVP in the next 2 years. Mark my words.
I wouldn't go that far.
Trae Young is going to win MVP in the next 2 years. I'm telling y'all, watch, mark my word. He's got a presence like Allen Iverson. I haven't seen a guard that small since Allen Iverson.
I'll be right back, like 10 seconds.
Okay. I have not seen a guard like that since Allen Iverson. And this guy could shoot better than Allen Iverson. When he could continue to say, look, I'm a point guard. That's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to play a Steph Curry game. I'm not going to play a Dame Dollar game. I'm not going to play a Klay Thompson game. I'm going to play Trae Young ball. I'm going to be this guy. I'm telling you, 2 years, y'all. Mark my words, 2 years. This guy is going to be an MVP in the NBA. Easy. Because he's too much of a threat. The guy on the court is awesome. I mean, and if you wasn't impressed with him this year, I don't know what's going to impress you. He almost got this number 5 Atlanta team to the NBA Finals. Just think about that. That's all I'm going to say on that. Just think about that. He almost got this Atlanta Hawks team to the NBA Finals. And that would have been the second year in a row that a number 5 seed would have got over there to the NBA championship. So, and I definitely think that Giannis is happy because Giannis didn't want to have the distinction of getting put out 2 times by a number 5 seed when y'all the best team. So, he definitely.
Can you hear me?
Yep, I hear you.
You compare Trae Young to Allen Iverson.
He's the best small guard I've seen.
Agreed, for sure. Okay.
Since Allen Iverson. Definitely. And he got a better jump shot.
Agreed, for sure.
I just think 2 years, we gonna see. I'm telling you, I got some high hopes for Trae Young. Trae Young gonna be dominant.
All right. So yeah, I think we pretty much I'm coming on in a second. We pretty much agree with our number 5s. Now and with Trae, I just respect that even though he lost, or even when he wins, it's like he got that same chip, like it is like, what's up? And he's more, even if he doesn't score, which he's a great scorer, he still impacts the game. So that's like Trae, and even after he got injured, it shows like how much they needed him. And even when he played injured, in which that's not giving him kudos, but he brought his team with a bunch of I don't want to say nobodies, but who can you depend on that team to get you over the hump if Trae's not there?
That was scary. It was scary.
He was, and Trae was not afraid. But like I said, I don't know who he. That's why I got him so high. And I was just thinking about when I was writing my list because I saw your 5th one, and I was looking at Trae. I was like, why is Trae so high, right? And I'm just like, okay, all right, because I'm like, all right, he's not at 7, and he wasn't at 6. I'm like, okay, what the hell am I looking at? But
he definitely he impacted so hard this year. You can't even deny it. You can't even deny how much he was out there this year. Atlanta. Woof.
Yeah, and once I looked at who was on his team, and what was their high, what was their highs, and what was their I couldn't,
because they didn't get Lou Williams to the middle part of the season, right?
Yeah, but even then it's Lou Will did help him win 1 game, but can you depend on Lou Will for 4 games?
And there you go. Lou Will is a career 6-man. So yeah, anyway. Like I said, child Trae. We both got it for Trae. So, I mean, let me go to the number 4.
I gotta get something. Go, you can go. I gotta get something from my number 4.
Okay. My number 4, I got is Joel Embiid, who is the most dominant big man in the NBA. Oh, but
hey.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna make it quick so he can get ready to do his thing. But y'all already told y'all how I felt about Embiid. He's the most dominant big man in the league. You gotta love seeing what this guy does on a regular basis. Once he can get to the point where he realized where his true bread and butter is, which is on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
If he can do that, he will be, I guarantee you, he'll have the highest average triple-double in NBA history. If he can ever just get right there, I'm waiting for him. And I really think it's going to be a lot of people ain't going to like what I'm going to say with this, but I think he could do it with Ben Simmons. I think he could do it with Ben Simmons.
Bye.
Bye. I think he could do it with Ben Simmons, man.
Everybody, I'm going. Ignore me. I'm off the chat. I'm no longer part of Unfiltered. I'm no longer a part of WTF UTB. Hell no.
Ben Simmons, man, I still believe in you, man. I think you can get over this mental hump.
No. Oh my God, I got to go again.
I think you can get over this mental. Oh, Matthew don't believe you enough. I think y'all look. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all out there supporting Simone Biles when she quit. Y'all better support this man. He really had a mental breakdown. He had a wide open layup and he passed the ball.
Passed it. He was surprised. He's like, what the hell?
Don't make fun of mental health. This man has mental health issues. Hey, I love you. I love you, man. Simmons, man, get it together. But yeah, you better start shooting. But anyways.
For my number 4, I got the best player in the NBA. I can't even say that because he's not right now. I gotta cry in the jersey. I got LeBron. It's number 4. I was trying. I'm like, okay. Look, we first did this topic, right? And Randy sent me his. I'm like, oh, LeBron's number 1. I'm like, yeah. And I just had to be honest, but like, I got him at number 4. I wanted to bump him to number 3, or at least 2. But the 2 players that jumped in front of 2 and 3 of LeBron definitely earned it. And I can't. I know, Matt. Look, I had to be honest. When we talk about basketball, listen, I love LeBron, and I'm his loyal defender. But if he actually, to be honest, as far as impact, man, like I got to put him at number 4. All right. So right now, I know we discussed it. LeBron is the face of the NBA. He will be till he retires. I think right now Giannis is the best player in the NBA. He won a championship, and he has dominated. How he's dominated, how he won, I got to give him that. He's the best player in the NBA right now. But I think overall, LeBron is still the best player in the NBA. I think he's better than the next 3 players I'm going to name as far as impact. And I think he's going to do better next year. But the thing that I got to put him at number 4 is that, don't get me wrong, he brought his team to the playoffs, and we saw it without LeBron playing, that how they dramatically went down from first seed all the way to damn almost 6 or 7. We saw it without LeBron. That's why he's higher on my list. But the reason he's at number 4 is because of my honorable mention, AD. If AD was healthy, a healthy AD beats the Suns and everybody in the West and ultimately win the championship. We see LeBron needs AD to get to that championship hump. Now, does he need AD to win? Does he need AD to get to where he needs? No, he doesn't. But when you're the top 3 best players in the NBA, I can't give you the excuse that, hey, I need another player. No, you got to do it. And you got out the first round. And with a healthy AD, I see where you could have gotten. And we saw you impact the team when you're not there, but we also see how the team is impacted when AD's not there. So I gotta put him at number 4.
All right. Now let's get to the top 3.
Wait, no, Randy, don't do my man LeBron like that. Tell me why I'm wrong. I gotta be wrong. Why am I tripping? I'm tripping. Matt, somebody tell me I'm tripping.
No, I agree with you.
No. No, you don't agree with me.
No, I don't agree with him. I think he should be. Like I said, I got him number 1. I think LeBron James, until he retire and he shows significant slowdown, is the best player in the NBA.
Yeah, he is.
Yep. So I'm gonna put it. No disrespect to Giannis. Giannis been MVP twice in a row. Defensive player. He has had a great stretch. But LeBron James has had a great 18 years. So that's all I'm gonna say on that one.
All right. So you're number 4. You already said you're number 4?
Oh
right?
yeah, Embiid. Yeah, I already talked about Embiid. We good.
All right. So is it my number 3 or your number 3? It's your number 3.
Yep, my number 3. My number 3 is surprisingly, and I had to put him here because I couldn't put him above my top 2, and that's Chris Paul. So my number 3 is Chris Paul. I really decided that Chris Paul should be right here in this position because of just what he's done in the last 3 years. Even though we shouldn't be going by that, I'm using as a reference, like Max said. But this year alone, when you take a team that was second to last season, now they're the second ranked team in the West. They come out the West, and they just a game away for playing in Game 7 back in their stadium to try to go for the championship.
I want to cut you off, but I thought you was getting somewhere. You said a game away. Mm-hmm. Now I thought you were going to say a game away from winning the finals, even though they had 2 games to win.
Yeah,
I think if they would have won 1 game, that they would have beat the Bucks.
I think if they could have got it back to Phoenix, I think it could have been a bigger, different story. That's why.
All right, you continue with your point. Sorry to cut you off.
But no, other than that, probably one of the most unappreciated players in NBA history.
Absolutely.
Just so, all I'll tell people is this, man. Y'all witnessing one of the last pure point guards in NBA history. You're going to start seeing, hopefully we start seeing more of them. And I'm saying I'm trying to come back, but this man is a pure point guard. And I'm telling you, it's just incredible just to watch him. You couldn't help but root for him. People was rooting for him. They never rooted for him before. And I'm just excited. I'm happy they had such a great season. I want to see what's going to happen to him. I want to see if he's going to opt out. But he definitely deserved to be number 3. He's the unsung MVP for this year. But number 3 is about high as I could put him on the list.
I wouldn't opt out if I was Chris Paul. That is too much money. $44 million. I'm not, man. Even for a ring, would you opt out for a ring for $44 million?
No.
$44 million.
You know, it maybe depends. He might be thinking like this his last hurrah, which he coming close to it. He did took care of his body and done some stuff to try to prolong his career. Now, I guess it just depends.
He could get more money, but it's like he could not.
But he could be on this. He could be on this Carmelo, because Carmelo don't care about nothing but money. So, it is what it is.
Now to talk about your number 3, I definitely respect that spot for Chris Paul. We've seen over the years, and like you said, you definitely hit the nail on the head. We say he's the most disrespected point guard of all time because don't get me wrong, he hasn't won any championships, but he shows and proves that he will get a team there. He showed even with Oklahoma, right? We just thought they said Chris Paul there just to be there, but he actually brought that team to the playoffs and almost beat the Rockets.
Right.
And now you take him to a team with some talent and they're to the finals. So the sky's the limit for that man. So I definitely respect your number 3.
Either with or without a championship, we could agree He a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Oh, absolutely. For sure. Now, for my number 3, the future of the NBA, Luka Doncic. Now, I got him that high. Because the Dallas Mavericks was gonna. It's a big franchise. Was gonna be a dead franchise, right? And you got this man. You got this young man who played basketball his whole life, turned the franchise around, and then like his impact on that team, he himself has gotten that team to the playoffs. He himself has gotten that team to almost beat the LA Clippers. Now, he didn't have anybody along for the ride. Porzingis, Finley, Hardaway. You didn't have him along for the ride. But it shows that this young man, and even what he's doing for his home team back in South, what is it? Where is he from? Lord have mercy.
Oh, that's a Czechoslovakia. He's from the Czech Republic, I think, something like that. Ain't that where he from?
Slovenia or Slovenia.
He's from one of them motherfuckers.
But yeah, but like even look what he's doing in the Olympics.
The same place where Borat from. I'm a Borat.
But like, bro, look what he's doing in the Olympics. Like that just shows like the impact that this man has.
Oh yeah, it is the Czech Republic. Yeah, because they playing in the same division with the U.S. team.
Oh, bet. So now we get to see how this man is not only impacted his team, but impacted his country. Like we're not gonna get another Luka. So that's why I got him up that high.
Oh, I agree with you. And you know what? Luka got so much respect from every single NBA player, past and present. No one can say nothing bad about this guy.
We can. Go ahead, continue. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah. I mean, you can, like you said, I made my excuse before about him.
Yeah, he still got some holes in his game to where, like, if he didn't have those holes, which those may be growing pains, but he just started so young that all right, I'm about to beat the better teams. Like by himself, he's beating the better teams. He didn't get any help. The West is in trouble. That's why I got him that high.
So do we go to our top 2, man?
Go to our top 2, cuz.
All right, well, our top 2. Well, I'm gonna describe yours. You describe mine. I'm gonna go with you. I'm gonna do something different. I'm gonna make a case. We're gonna make a case for each other's top 2.
Okay.
So I'm gonna start with Max.
Why are you doing that? Because you messed up Curry.
Yep. This top 2 is Steph Curry, who, if he not already, is the best shooter in NBA history.
Yep, he is.
Bar none. We talking about a lot of shooters. We talking about the Larry Birds. We talking about the Ray Allens. We talking about the Mark Prices. We talk about some the Reggie Millers. We talking about a lot of guys, some sharp shooters. And we can honestly make the claim that this man might be the best shooter, pure shooter, the NBA has ever seen. He single-handedly has brought popularity to make 7 foot, 6 foot tall guys
irrelevant.
Say, I'm gonna pull up for this 3 instead of dunk. He has made people stop on fast breaks by themselves
and shoot
a fucking 3 by himself instead of going for the 2. And you know what? All I'm gonna say is that I've seen this man shoot from half court like he's shooting free throws.
Yep.
He came back this year with an aggressive mentality that he was going to take his team on his shoulders and he was going to do it. I got nothing but good stuff to say about Steph Curry. And the reason why he just ain't on my list is just one reason, and it's one reason long. He didn't make the playoffs. That's it. Outside of that, I can't say anything else.
And
He is an outstanding player. I mean, what he finished up like third in MVP.
Yep.
Third in MVP.
And here I'm gonna go ahead and justify my number 2 as well.
Yep. And it's scary.
Steph Curry. No, I'm sorry, the Warriors, right?
Mm-hmm.
They have the same exact team as they did last year, with the exception of Steph.
Right.
Same exact team. And they were the worst team in the West, almost the worst team in the NBA. And you add Steph, and with the exception of the tournament, they make the playoffs. And how, like, he wasn't a top 3 MVP. He wasn't even in the MVP vote. He snuck all the way into third. Like, the impact that he had this year for that team, it went like, I wasn't looking forward to making the playoffs, and how behind they were of being in the playoffs or even being in the tournament, and what he has turned around and did, like back to back 50-point games. Like, even if they didn't make the playoffs, I could just, he's number 2 on how he impacted this team. All right, cuz I'm gonna go to your number 2, which is Giannis Antetokounmpo. All right,
the Greek freak.
Giannis, no, I think how should I do this? You should go ahead and go with no, I'm trying to make sure I do, because he's my number 1. But your number 2 is fair. Giannis has proven that you do not need a super team. Giannis has proven that if you just get the right pieces, which your number 1 has, if you get the right pieces on your franchise, like, you can win. Giannis has proven that if you want more than the other guy, you win. Hard work beats talent every day. Hard work beats talent every day. And Giannis wants it. And to even look at this whole postseason, right? The team that shouldn't have beat you last year. You prove a point, you blew them up. The next team that's better than you had you down 0-2. You beat them. Another team with another guy who's significantly smaller, he wanted just as you, but you're more dominant. I got you over the Hawks. You were down 0-2 to the better team. I still am going to say, like I said earlier, Phoenix is better than the Bucks. If you go from your point guard all the way to your center, Phoenix is better, almost significantly better. But Giannis showed that he wanted it more. And the great thing that he did is that remember during the playoffs, he was shooting threes and trying to, make jump shots. The thing that Giannis did that impressed me the last 4 games is that he played to his strengths. He knows that if he goes to the basket, then nobody's going to stop him. And that's what he kept doing. And then he started making free throws. And you could take out Middleton or add anybody else on the Bucks. With the exception of LeBron James and Stephen Curry, they're not winning the championship. And that's why I agree that he's your number 2. In the same conversation, that's why he's my number 1.
The Avenger of Athens. That's what I call him. The Greek freak. He did a lot of raping in the NBA playoffs this year. He took a group of Nets and he fucked them. He did a whole bunch of the man has solidified himself as a position and definite leader of the new crop of NBA athletes.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna definitely give him that. So that's why I could give great reason for his number one. I went back and forth between him and LeBron for my number one, but I can absolutely understand why Giannis is on everybody's number one list because the hype is true about this kid. He could have went off into the sunset after 2 years of getting the MVP in a row and Defensive Player of the Year and having all these lays, and then all of a sudden continually getting dropped out. It's funny that this year they wasn't the number one seed, but for the past 2 seasons after that, they were the number one seed in the East, and each time they got bounced out.
And you know the crazy thing is about that too, cuz, is that if Giannis wouldn't have won the championship this year, we wouldn't have been mad at him.
Nope.
If he would have won the next few years, I wouldn't have been mad at him. Now he would have had to win one.
Yep. And you know why? It's because we saw those first one. We're like, maybe he's just gonna be one of those guys that's gonna be a good player, but not get a ring. Well, Greek Freak, that ain't gonna happening. You have solidified yourself. You got the ring, and congratulations. And we all already know our number ones. Mine was LeBron, and his was Giannis. So, please let us know. Keep commenting. Of course, we go keep sharing. We appreciate y'all talking and sharing tonight. And like I said, this is not only just a one and done. This is our new sports show underneath the Unfiltered umbrella that we're gonna be bringing to y'all.
Yeah.
Next time that we have out here, we'll let y'all know what the top is gonna be in the time frame, in the date, and all that good stuff. Cuz again, I appreciate you being on here tonight with us to doing our thing. Everybody else, like I say, continue to share, continue to like.
I got one small thing before we get out of here, just really quick.
Yep.
I just noticed we talked about the top 3 players in LeBron, Steph, and Giannis. You know one thing that those guys did that a lot of players in the NBA haven't done and why they're so great? Their bodies have transformed. Giannis was a skinny kid and he buffed up and became dominant. Same thing with Steph. Steph was a small kid, buffed right up. And LeBron, he already had a man body. He just became more dominant.
Came more dominant. Yep. Came more dominant. And like you said, they had a dedication to fitness. And don't get me wrong. I remember when you talked about this. I know a lot of people watch The Last Dance, but I don't think people really watch The Last Dance. If you would have heard, and I can't believe I'm gonna say this, but this is a defense to the LeBron James critiques that everybody say. Michael Jordan got in the NBA, didn't get his first championship until his 7th year. And I want people to understand this. He was still a dominant player prior to him getting that championship.
Yep.
He just ran into some teams that were dominant teams. He eventually had to do a change. He said it himself. If it wasn't for the Pistons, as much as he talked about he hated the Pistons, if it wasn't for the Pistons, we would not be talking about Michael Jordan in the same light as we do today. Period.
Nope, we don't.
Michael Jordan bulked up. He changed. He said, I had to step up my game to a new level, and this is what we had to do. It's the same thing LeBron James had to do. LeBron James was a dominant player. Like I said, up to 9 years before he won the championship. He was with Cleveland. Come on, people. He was with Cleveland, and he got them to be number one team and number one seed in the East more than just twice.
Brought to the fight with guys that you never heard of.
Yep. So the man is a dominant player. Let's not get it twisted. It ain't that LeBron go running the teams. People go running to LeBron.
Perfectly said.
When you are a great player and people know that you could get the best out of them, they're going to flock to you. Ask Tom Brady. Ask Michael Jordan. Shoot, ask LeBron James. We could go up and down the list of great players. Ask Wayne Gretzky. Ask these players who people will say, man, I will go there, take less money, because I know this guy gonna leave it all out there. So that's the only thing I'm gonna say on that. But in this conversation, again, appreciate you, cuz Next time we get up out here, we'll let y'all know what's going on. So we appreciate y'all tuning in to What the Fuck You Talking About. We will see y'all again soon for our next sports discussion. Y'all be good. Y'all be safe. Until next time.
Peace out.